Jose, someone who's had a quiet start to the Euros, you'd have to say is Harry Kane. Now, obviously, you know him well. Great finisher, fantastic centre forward. But how can England kind of increase the service going forward to him? Because he's integral to what England do really well.
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, a striker, and you know well what I'm saying. A striker also depends on his team and depends on the dynamics. The best thing I believe for a for a player is when he's lucky enough to play in the national team with very similar routines and dynamics that the player has in the club. As an example, for a defender, if in the club he plays with three in the back, the best thing is to go to the national team and be exactly with the same dynamics. In attacking areas, I believe is a little bit of the same. And in this case, the way England is trying to play, there are no transfers of dynamics from club to national team. The way Harry is playing is not similar to what he does at Tottenham. Foden open on the right is a little bit more of the same. Mason Mount, I think, is much more now an 8 than a 10. I think the players are not having this situation of okay, it's easy for me because it's just to change the shirt, and basically we have the same kind of dynamic. So in Harry case, I see that the team is not reaching him. Harry, when he drops, they need to find him. When he drops, they need players to make movements behind his shoulders. They must attack the last line. When the fullbacks they arrive in crossing positions, which they are not doing that, then Harry is in the box, and you know that Harry movement in the box, drag the defender to one side, then attack the first post, or vice versa, or drops behind for a back pass. This kind of situation is not happening there. That's why when I spoke with one of our colleagues and we wrote some articles to our newspapers, I was saying how many chances Harry missed. He didn't miss. And what is happening, I think, is a consequence of the way the team is playing. I'm pretty sure that if this afternoon Harry has 3 chances, maybe not a hat trick, but you can count on 2 goals. So I think he's just being a little bit of the consequence of the way the team is playing. Maybe now in this kind of matches against teams that are going to play low blocks, you need a second man. If the second man is not a striker, because England is not used to play with 2 strikers, this second man has to be somebody that plays very close to him. And Mount is not playing close to him. Mount is closer to the 2 midfield players. He needs also one midfield player that can arrive from behind. And a part of Calvin Phillips that did it once or twice against Croatia didn't happen again. So need a second player that can arrive, because in this moment it's just Harry in the case of Scotland, in the middle of a back three, and in the case of Croatia, not a back three but 2 plus Brozovic. Brozovic was just there to cut passing lines to Harry's feet in the pockets. So England has to do more to allow Harry to give more.
This article that you referred to there is in the Times, and it's quite fascinating actually what you say. One of the things I think that a lot of people will enjoy and agree with is the idea of bringing in Jude Bellingham, because at 17 years old, I don't think many English fans are really worried about his age because of what we've seen of him this season with Dortmund. What changes would you make? What England 11 would you put out tonight if you were the boss?
Yeah, first of all, let me say that if a national team manager had, I don't say the courage, I say did it, and brought to the team very young players, Gareth was one of them, or probably was the one that did it more. You look to some national teams and the age average is really high, and England, the age average is really, really low. In the first game, before the first game, I was saying Bellingham, Grealish, Bellingham, Grealish. I agreed totally when Gareth didn't, because first game, lots of pressure. The way Croatia plays, okay, I understood, I agreed, I supported. But I believe that in this nature of matches, a player like Bellingham is better than to have at the same time Rice and Phillips, both playing well, but the team now needs, in my opinion, something different. So that I wouldn't have any doubt about it. And I keep saying, when a team is a little bit with lack of confidence, when the team is a little bit playing with some fears, too cautious, with players a little bit hidden, you have to play the one that doesn't hide. And the one that doesn't hide is Grealish. He doesn't hide. He can make his mistakes. He can lose the ball, but he doesn't hide. He wants the ball. I don't know if he says it vocally, give me the ball, but if he doesn't say vocally, he does it by body language and by movement. Against Scotland in the last 10 minutes, he got 2-3 free kicks. He brought the team up. He tried. He was kicked. He created instability. I believe that in this moment, England needs something like that. So if Mount is out because of this Gilmer positive test situation, if Mount is out, then I believe that is easy. You just play Grealish as a 10, give him the freedom to go to the sides, especially to the left side where he loves it, but give him the freedom to play close to Harry, to create, to dribble, to beat people 1-on-1, to get free kicks. I would play Grealish in that position behind Harry, and Bellingham in midfield. So I would have to make a difficult decision, because it's not easy for us coaches to leave out players that you are very happy with. But between Rice and Phillips, one had to stay out, probably Phillips. So it would be Rice, Bellingham, Grealish, Kane in his normal position, and then on the two sides, one of Sterling, Rashford, if not both, because England needs a little bit of depth. England needs to scare a little bit in depth and not to let defensive opposition lines to feel very comfortable, because everything happens in their face and nothing is happening behind their shoulders.
So no Foden.
No, for this match, I don't think. When you have this kind of squads, cannot be a drama for anyone, not for the players, not for the fans, not for us, media or pundits or commentators. When the squads are very good, this is a very, very normal situation to happen. Very normal. So for me, to leave Foden out or to leave Phillips out is not to say I'm not happy with you, you are not playing well, forget until the end of the competition you are not playing again. Not at all. I think it's just a very natural situation. Is a big squad, is 26 players, lots of quality. Everybody is ready to play. I don't know Anderson and Maguire, but in general terms, everybody is ready to play. And I just feel every game is different. Then the next match, if you play against Portugal, France, and Germany, then you have a different approach. Then maybe you make other decisions. You play against Germany. Germany is so strong, playing on this system of 2 wing backs and 3 center backs. Maybe if England plays Germany, Gareth decide to play that system, which they did during qualification phases over the past 2 years. And maybe Maguire is ready, and then in that moment he decides to play with 3 in the back, Maguire, Mings, Stones, and other players stay on the bench. And this is what internally has to be something smooth, has to be something that they accept naturally. And for us is a little bit of the same, trust the guys, trust the coach, and until the last day, let's be supportive. Let's be supportive and believe that something great can happen. I believe. I didn't stop to believe.